simple interest, compound interest, loss, profit, their percentages means loss percentage, profit percentage, discount, all these things. Okay, selling price, cost price, amount, principal, all these kind of activities or quantities we will discuss in this. So we have to do lots of practice because it is totally subjective type now. Now see compound interest. What is compound interest? Compound interest is the quantity where we work on powers or you can say exponents. Exponents, how can it is possible? How it is possible? See, I am talking about powers means this quantity of n. And what is n? N is the time, beta. N is the time. Okay. Now see. So A is your amount, P is your principal. Principal is the amount of rupees. Rupees, that is investment. Okay, what is the amount of investment we are doing? Investment we are doing. Amount when I applied all either it is simple interest, either any kind of profit, either any kind of compound interest, whatever we are doing, the final amount of rupees what we get is called the amount. Now rate is that suppose I given some money to you and it is for 2 years. So 2 years is a long duration of time, right? In that some amount of money I can't able to use although it is kept in yourself. So for that time something I should gain, na? I have at least kept my money, so I should get some profit, right? So what will be the rate at which we are getting some more money rather than the principal amount what we have invested? Okay, that is called the rate. So compound interest is nothing but amount minus principal. In case of appreciation or decay, I will say that compound or you can say that suppose I have invest 5 rupees and after applying compound interest I am getting 2 rupees. My amount is get decreased. So in that case my formula will be converted 1 minus beta rather than 1 plus. I always use 1 plus, but if something my amount is getting decreased, so I will use 1 minus. Okay, that's why it is called depreciation or decay. Now see compound interest when I'm applied on the population. See many times in news channel you heard that in 2006 my population was 4 lakhs. Suppose in 2007 it get increased by some percent and it becomes 5 lakhs, and but in 2025 it gets something increase and it becomes 20 lakhs. So whenever these population working going on, we will calculate in this type format. First, then in first we apply the second, then in second we apply the third one. Okay, means they are saying the populations of the first, second and third year and they are given the respective rate. Means in first year the rate is P percent, in second year the rate is Q percent, and in the third year the rate is R percent. So they are saying that tell me the last what is the present state of their population. Okay, so we will apply it like this way only. Next, when we do lots of questions now, we will get more familiar by this thing. Okay, now see one thing more I will say you here. When I am saying compounded annually, okay, annually means this is talking about the rate. Every time in question they will discuss about the rate per annum or working annually or half yearly or quarterly. So when I am saying it is annually, that is okay, in a year they are working. When I am saying it is half yearly, beta, that means it is working 1 year we have 2 halves, right? So my n value becomes 2 times. Okay, and when I am talking about quarterly, then my I have 4 quarters, right? I have 4 quarters, so I always multiply 4 times. In quarterly I will multiply always 4 times, but when I write in the entire formula, see in yearly there is nothing, but in half yearly the power becomes 2n and at the denominator 200. But when it is in a quarterly compounded, I will write 4n and I will multiply by denominator 4. Okay, you got it? Now see cost price and selling price. Cost price means if I am purchasing from your any shop by 2%, okay, 2 rupees suppose, and I am selling that pencil to the another person by 4 rupees. Okay, so this will be getting or purchasing amount is called cost price, or I am again sell that, so it will be my selling price. But see, I am gaining 2 rupees profit, right? 2 rupees profit. So if anybody asks me about the percentage profit what I gained here, I will say that how much? Tell me. 4. Now see one thing more. They are saying cost price and selling price and all this formula, but when we discuss we will get more about that. But one thing more I want to discuss here is a profit and loss. Profit, just right now I purchased and my cost price was 2 rupees and my selling price was 4 rupees. So directly I am getting profit, right? Profit only. Similarly, they are saying this thing only, profit or gain. Profit or gain, both are same thing. And loss. profit and loss. So when my selling price is greater than cost price, obviously I will get gain or profit, or my selling price is less than my cost price, obviously I will get loss only, right? So just right now I told you what is the profit percentage. See, this one is called profit percentage and this one is called loss percentage. Always keep in mind, you just right now told me 4, but it won't be 4 beta, it is always calculated on CP. Okay, it is always calculated on CP, that is the cost price. Cost price in which we are purchasing my article, purchasing the article. Okay, so profit and loss percentage are reckoned on the cost price. See, okay, now what will be the formula of selling price? 100 plus gain percent divided by 100 into this 100. Selling price will be, when it is loss, when it is gain it is plus, when it is loss it is this. You have to remember this formula, you have to learn better this formula. Okay, I will provide you the sheet and you just learn it, but we will more used to when we use to solve the questions now, that time it will be easier to us. Now see, last point is discount. Discount is what? There is a one MP is called marked price. Marked price. Okay, marked price means what? Marked price means what? Whenever you buy some article from a shop, na, at that they have written something in MP. Okay, so that is called your marked price. Now you can ask some discount, you can say okay, you can reduce this amount little bit rupees, so they are giving you some amount of discount in that. Okay, but that will is not a CP. Okay, marked price is not the CP. If it's marked price, what whenever we are discussing about your discount type kind of things. Okay, now see, what is discount? Discount is your selling price minus. Now one thing more is that some of the times during sales, just right now you will see Diwali sale, Navratra sale, all these are the sales. What they do, they give some percentage of discounts to the old stock to clear their stocks. Now they do these kind of activities by the shopkeepers. Okay, so what they do, they reduce, there is a reduction in the cost price. Okay, see, sorry, reduction in the sales price, so they mark that one as your what amount. See, in order to give the a boost to the sales of an item or to clear the old stock, articles are sold at reduced price. Okay, sold at reduced price. This reduction is given to the mark price of the article and known as discount. Clear? So what is my this SP? SP is mark price minus discount. Then you will call it is as SP, selling price. Discount means what? Discount is nothing but your MP minus SP. So what will be your higher amount? Your MP will be always greater than your SP when you are discussing about discount. Keep in mind this thing. Whenever you are discussing about discount, your MP is always greater than your SP. Okay, and discount is always calculated on MP, mark price. Okay, discount percentage is always calculated on mark price. Clear? Now whether when we discuss more questions, we will see more type of concept background. Now question number 1. You getting? You already understand this question, right? When the price of the product is decreased by 10%, the amount of product sold increased by 30%. So increase in revenue. See, price decreasing by, so what I will write in a step-by-step process. So price is decreasing by 10%. Quantity of product is sold increased by 30%. Okay. Now revenue is equal to beta revenue. Revenue is equal to price into quantity. Keep in mind, price into quantity. Revenue is nothing but price into quantity. So suppose let my original price is equal to 100 rupees suppose, and quantity sell is my 100 rupees. Okay, so my original revenue will be how much? Original revenue will be how much? 100 into 100, yani 10 to the power 4 rupees, right? Now new price is 10% reduced. New price is 10% reduced, so new price will be 90 rupees because 10% has been reduced, 10% less. Okay, so new quantity become what? New quantity become 30% increase, so it becomes 130. Why? Because 30% increase. Okay, so new revenue will be how much? New revenue will be 90 into 130. What I will get? 00, 39s are 117. Okay, so this will be my new revenue. So increase in revenue will be what? Increase in revenue will be 700 minus 10,000. Okay, so what will be the amount? 1700. Okay, but if they are asking percentage revenue, what I will do? 100 and this divided by your 10,000, because original was 10,000 into 100. So what I will get? I will get 17%. 17%. So my answer will be D. Okay. What a simple interest. I know simple interest is PRT by 100, right? Principal into rate into time upon 100. Now what they are saying, the simple interest at X% for X years will be rupees X on a sum of dash. Means they are saying sum will be something. Means they are asking us about the principal will be what, but they are giving everything as x, means their rate is your x percent, their time is your x years, and their interest means what is the amount I'm getting simple interest is also x rupees, everything is x. So now since we know this formula, so I will substitute the values, substituting the values. Okay, what I will get, simple interest is x is equal to p, I don't know, r is my x, t is my x, and upon 100. So this thing says that px square by 100 is equal to x. Okay, or they are directly saying that p is equal to nothing but 100x upon x square, or I can say I getting p is equal to 100 by x. Okay, 100 by x. So match, this much is the amount, so it will be in rupees, so my C option will be correct option. Okay, simple interest on a certain amount is 9 by 16. Okay, now 9 by 16 is certain amount. Suppose I am taking 5,000 rupees. So my simple interest when acting on this 5,000 rupees, I am getting how much? 9 by 16. Okay, so the amount is 9 by 16 of the principal, means 9 by 16 of principal. So whenever you are getting off kind of things, na, you will do multiply. Okay, now if the numbers representing the rate of interest and time be equal, then the time for which the principal, means they are saying that time and rate are equal quantities. Okay beta ji, so let's start solving this question. They are saying time is equal to rate. Okay, so suppose I am getting this as x, question number 8. Suppose I am taking this x. Now simple interest, according to the question, simple interest is nothing but 9 by 16 of principal. Okay, so what is my simple interest formula? My simple interest formula is nothing but it is PRT by 100, or I can write it as P into x by 100. Okay, so what I will get, px square by 100, simple interest, right? But they are saying that this simple interest is nothing but 9 by 16 of principal, or I can say 9 by 16 p, I can say this thing also. So what I will write, by 9 by 16 p is equal to nothing but px square by 100, right? So this p will be cancelled. What I will get from this, x square is nothing but 9 into 100 by 16, right? So what I am getting, 900 by 16 is equal to x square. So x will be what? X will be under root of 900 by 16, or I can say how much? 30 by 4. I can say 30 by 4. Is it okay?
Yes,
So what it will be? 7.5 years. 7.5 years. X will be either 7.5 years, or you can say x is equal to 7.5%. Anything you can write, because time and rate are equal quantities. Okay? Okay. So question number 9. Question number 9 will be what? My discount amount will be? Discount amount will be your 5,400 minus 4,500. So you will get 900, and discount percentage will be always in MP. So it will be 900 upon 5,400 into 100. So 0, 0 cut it down, and I will get 100 upon 6, or I can say you 50 by 3%, right? So 50 by 3 is option A. Okay. See what they are asking. The population of a town was decreasing every year due to migration, poverty, or unemployment. Okay. Suppose I have a town like this way. Okay. Now in that town, every year the population is going out. So when the people are going from here, the amount will be decreased. Population amount will be decreased. The present population of the town is this much. Last year migration was 4%, and the year before last was 6%. What is the population year ago? 2 year ago. Means see, this is my present year. Suppose I am 2025. They are saying the population is 6,31680, right? Now before this 2024, the population was decreased by 4%. Okay, decreased. That's why I'm writing minus. Now before that year 2023, the population is decreased by minus 6%. Okay, so they are asking about 2022. What will be the population of 2022? Now you got the question. Okay, suppose let the population 2 years before, okay, it may be suppose P. Okay, after 6% decrease, because I am saying this population in my example, because first will be 2023. So in 2023 population is decreasing by 6%. So I will after 6% decrease, my population become how much? Suppose initially it was 100, so it will be become 94% after 6%. 94% of P, or I can say 0.94 P. I can say this. Okay. Now after 4% decrease, what I will do? 4% decrease means 96% of my this P. That means how much? 0.94 P beta. So what it will be become? 0.96 into 0.94 P divided by no sorry, I won't be divided, I am just writing the amounts only. So it becomes nothing but 0.9024p. You understand this step better? Okay, this amount is my present p. Why? Because I have calculated 2023, I have calculated 2024, 6% and 4%. I had taken already 2002 as the initial percentage, that is p. So now I can say 2024 will be 0.9024p. But this amount is given in our question, that is 6,31,680. So what can I do? I am changing the color. So what can I do? I will say that this amount is equal to nothing but 631,680. Okay, so by this I can calculate p is equal to what? Dividing this value, 631,680 divided by 0.9024, and my value comes at 7 lakhs. My value comes as 7 lakh. Okay, so it is option D only. Can you share, open your camera, right? Question number 11. Okay, so suppose I say that let the selling price be rupees your 100. Okay, so cost price will be how much? It will be 9 by 10 into 100, or I can say rupees 90. And SP, that is the selling price, it is rupees 108. Since they are talking about the 8% more than 100. Okay, that's why it become 108. Now what will be my gain? Gain will be what? That is your SP minus CP, or I can say 108 minus 90, or I can say 18 rupee. 18 rupees. So gain percentage is always on what? CP only. So it will be your gain upon CP into 100, right? Or I can say 18 upon what? 90 into 100. 1010 two times. So I will get how much? 20%. So my gain percent is 20%. So option A will be the right one. Okay. Question number 12. They are talking about the investment and how much invested. They are invested with a 15,000, but they are working on compoundly first thing, and they are working another time half yearly also. One time yearly and one time half yearly, right? So what I will say, for first year compounded half yearly, for first year compounded half yearly, compounded half yearly. Okay, so when they are compounded half yearly, how many in a year we have two half, right? So my period will be what? Or if I am saying period, or I am saying time, that is the value of n is equal to 2 only, right? And the rate will be your 5% per half year, per half year. So my compound interest formula is what? That is, in that the amount formula is a is equal to p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power n, or I can say a is equal to 15,000 because they have invested 15. Then what I will do, 15 into 1 plus 5 by 100, and it is will be square, right? So it will be 2 times 0, so it will be 1.05. So I can say directly 15,000 into 1.05 whole square, right? Okay, so after multiplying the square, actually this square value is 1.1025. So finally, therefore I have a value will be what? A value will be better your 15,000 into 1.1025. So it becomes nothing but 3 zeros, so 1 2 3 zeros, and then I will multiply. So I get 1653.750 rupees. Okay, let my question number 13. I will say let the selling price, SP is the selling price, is equal to X rupees. So I will say 4% of X. What I am getting? I am getting 50,000. After applying on some amount, I am getting 50,000. So this implies that 4 by 100 X is equal to 50,000. Or this implies that X is nothing but 50,000 into 100 divided by 4, or I can say this is 25. So after multiplying 25 into 5 and 25, and we get how many zeros? 4 zeros, right? So this one is my answer. So X value C 125, this one. So option A is my answer. Option A is my answer. This question number 14, they are saying that we have to apply first compound interest. Okay, so in question number 14, I have to apply compound interest first thing. Second thing, they have given the principal. Okay, principal, and what is the amount of principal? It is 64,000. Okay, 64,000. Now when the rate is my 5% per annum, per annum. Okay, and that is compounded half yearly. Now I am saying time is my 1.5 year. When my time is 1.5 years, then you can say we have three half yearlies. We have three half yearlies. So rate per half yearly will be what? Rate per half yearly will be my 2.5%. Rate per half yearly will be 2.5%. You got it? Because rate is 5% per annum. Rate is 5% per annum. Now this rate is compounded half yearly. Now they are working on the half yearlies. So what I will do? I will divide it, and when I am dividing it, I will get 2.5. 2.5. So my rate will be, I will use R value as 2.5. Now I will apply my formula. What is my formula for? What is my formula? Now I know the formula for amount is your P times 1 plus R by 100 to the power n, or I can say 64,000 1 plus 2.5 by 100, and my time is 1.5 years, and they are working first time is a half yearly. So what I will do, I will write it as 3. I will write it as 3. So see, what can I do next? I can say it is 64,000 1.025 to the power 3, and see, this thing is approximately coming like this way only, 1.07689, or I can say it is 6880.16. Okay, that much rupees. But what is my interest? Because they are asking the interest value, right? So interest will be amount minus principal. So I getting amount 6880 minus 64,000, or approximately I can say 4,800. Okay, 4,800 will be my interest. Okay, now I will check. So 4810 it's something. So my answer will be that a grocer purchased 80 kg of sugar at this rate per kg. They are per kg, na, and mixed it with 120 kg of sugar of cost 16 per kg. At what rate should he sell the mixture? Means they are asking that the mixture is sell, means the SP of the mixture per kg, and the gain, they have given the gain, that is 16%. Okay, they have given the gain 16%. You understand the question?
Yes.
So question number 15. I will solve question number 15. Question number 15. Now see that 80 kg at rupees your 13.50. Okay, so it cost is what? Cost is your rupees 1080. 1080. Okay, now next is that, next is your 120 kg. Next is your 120 kg at rupees 16. Okay, so what will be the cost? Rupees 1920. 1920. So total will be how much? Total will be how much? Total will be your 3000 for 200 kg. 3000 for 200 kg. And cost price per kg is equal to rupees 15. Okay, rupees 15. So for 16%, 16% profit bolo ya gain bolo, profit or gain, what I will do, SP will be rupees 15 plus 16% of 15. Okay, so how much I will get? I will get 15 plus 2.4 is equal to rupees 17.40. Okay, my answer will be 17.40. You got your answer, beta? How I have solved it? See which option? 17.40, that is option C. Okay, my answer will be option C. Check it. See, a milkman sold 2 of his buffaloes. Means there are 2 buffaloes that they are selling for rupees 20,000 each. In each they he's getting after selling 20,000. But one made gain and another making loss. Okay, so but they are asking the overall gain or overall loss. Means although I have 2 separate conditions, but I have to finally decide that overall I am getting loss or overall I am getting gain. Okay, question number our 16. Now we are discussing about 2 buffaloes. Okay, so each sold for how many rupees? Rupees 20,000. Now first one will be 5% gain. 5% gain. So 5% gain, that means CP will be how much? 20,000 divided by 1.05. 5% will be that only, 1.05. So what I will get? Rupees 190.47.62. Okay. Now second one is that they are loss. 10% loss. So 10% loss means what? CP is equal to your 20,000 divided by 0.90, because I have to minus it. I have to add in gain and I have to minus in loss. So what I will get? I will get rupees 22,200. Okay, 22. 222. So these are the 2 values. Now what will be my total CP? What will be my total CP? CP will be, I will add these 2 amounts better. I will add these 2 terms. 22,222. So what I will get? 0.22. What I will get? I will get rupees 4126.9.84. Okay, so my total SP is what? Total SP they have already given, that is 40,000, because 20,000 for each. So I will get 40,000, because they are asking about the overall, na? Overall, that's why I have done these kind of things. Now see, I have sell 40,000, but I have invested 41,000. So automatically I am getting loss, right? Automatically I can find out loss. So loss will be how much? Your 4126.9.84 minus 40,000. Okay, so what I will get? I will get 1269.84. So my answer will be this one only. They are saying the book is sold by this one profit of 10%, right? So what I have to calculate? I have to calculate the profit percentage, right? So let's solve it. Question number 17. Question number 17. What they are saying? So suppose that the CP will be X. Then what I get? 1.01, 10% na, so it will be 1.10 of X, it will be 27.50. This is given already. So from here I can find out the value of X, that is 27.50 divided by 1.10. So I get rupees 25. So I will say that if it is sold at rupees 25.75, my profit will be how much? 0.75. So if the book is sold by rupees 25.75, then profit, right? profit will be how much? 25.75 minus 25. So I am getting 0.75 rupees. So my percentage profit will be how much? 0.75 divided by 25 into 100. Okay, so it is 3% only. It is how much? 3%. So let us check which is. Select the incorrect match. Okay, principal, rate, time and CI, everything is given. So these type of questions now I have to check thoroughly. Okay, I have to check thoroughly beta. So let's start checking. Now see, A is given in that I know the formula for compound interest, right? In that compound interest I know the formula of amount. So I will check it, that first A1 I have 1000, so I'm directly putting the uh, values in the formula. Okay, A is given, I have to calculate the value of A, that is 1000. 5%, so 1 plus 5 by 100, so it will become 1.05 to the q, or I can say it is approximately 1000 into 1.1576, or I can say it is value is 1157.63. Okay, so CI is given, CI is given times of I, or you can say it as how much? 157.63, right? So it is right only. Now check B part. B part is say 60, so I will do amount is equal to 360 into 1.2 whole square, so I am getting 360 into 1.44, or I can say that it is 518.4 CI, or I can say that it is how much? 518.4 minus 360, or I can say that 158.4. 158.4, this is also right option. Now check the next one. Next one is 3000, so they are applied in the 3000. So amount is equal to 3000 into 1.1 whole cube, or I am getting 3000 into 1.331, or I can say 3993 of CI, or I can say it is 993. Now see, 993, but they are given 399, 939, so this is incorrect one, right? So my required answer will be C option. Okay, the next question. Pankaj borrowed 8000 rupees for 2 years at 15% per annum. Okay, now they have to asking us that I have to calculate the amount. Okay, if the interest one time is compounded annually and one time compounded half yearly, I have to calculate 2 times, right? And they are giving the 2 years at 15% per annum, so 15% per annum also they have given. So we have done these type of questions just right now, that how to break this rate, right? So my question number 19. So first part is what? First part, compounded annually. Compounded annually. So when they are asking compounded annually, what I will do, I know the CI formula, right? A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 by T. So A is equal to P times 1 plus R by 100 value T, or I can say 8000 into 1 plus 15 by 100 to the power 2, or I can say 8000 multiplied by 1.15 to the power 2, or I can say 8000 into 1.3225, or I can say rupees 10580. Okay, this is my one answer. Now they are asking compounded half yearly. Compounded half yearly. Half yearly. So when they are asking about compounded half yearly, what I will first I should have to operate my rate. So rate is given 15% in your yearly system, but I need rate per half yearly. So what I will do, I will do 15 divided by 2, or I can say 7.5%, right? So my time will be how much? Time is given 2 years, so I have how much years? 4 half years. 4 half years, right? So my amount will be how much? 8000 into 1 plus 7.5 divided by 100 to power how much? 4, right? So it becomes 8000 into 1.075 to the power 4. You got it, beta? Right?
Yes.
Or it is approximately 8000 into 1.349, or I can say approximately 10683.75. Okay, so one time I am getting 10,580 and one time I am getting 10,683. Now from here now I can do one conceptual comparison also, that is in half yearly we get more rate of more amount, right? More amount in comparison when it is compounded annually. Now see, it is 580 but it is 683. Okay, okay. 20, they are asking the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest on a certain sum of money is 10% per annum for 2 years is 500. Find the sum when the interest is compounded annually. Now they have given us the difference, okay, and I have to calculate the principal when I am doing it on compounded annually. Okay, so let's see how can I do this question. This type of question asked many times. Okay, so have the practice. Question number 20. See, I know CI is equal to how much? From here I know the amount actually, right? For CI I know the amount is P times 1 plus R by 100 and power to the n. But in simple interest I know that it is PRT by 100, and when I am talking about amount, so amount will be how much? Principal plus simple interest, or I can say principal plus PRT by 100. Okay, so when I am getting these two comparison, I get one simple thing. Okay, that is you no need to learn on the entire process. I just show you for the concept. You just see the formula. formula for difference between your CI compound interest and simple interest. Okay, so it will be how much? For 2 years, 2 years, I will say difference is equal to P into R square by 100 square. Now principal is P, rate is R, and it is per annum. R is your rate and it is 10% per annum. They are given this thing. So time is my 2 years and the difference is how much? They are given rupees 500, right? So what I will do, putting all the values, what I get 500 is equal to P into 10 square upon 100 square. So what I will get, P into 100 divided by 10,000. So 2020 cut it down. So what I will get, I will getting P by 100 is equal to 500, or this implies that P is equal to nothing but 50,000. P is nothing but 50,000. Okay. They are saying the CI on a certain sum is 5% for 2 years is 328. Means CI is applied on your some amount of principal. I call this principal. And what we are getting 328 rupees at 5% interest and rate. Actually, this one is my rate. Okay. And for how many years? 2 years. Okay. For 2 years. So first I will say that, okay, suppose that my principal or that certain amount is P. So what we get? CI is equal to nothing but it is P. It is P and it will be 1 plus 5 by 100, and power will be how much? 2. Power will be 2 minus 1. Now see why I written minus 1. Why? Because this one will be calculated amount. So when I see amount is this formula. Okay. Now CI will be what? CI will be when I calculate amount minus P. Amount minus P. That only, right? So that's why this one comes, and they are saying that I am getting at last. I am getting at last. It is a 328 rupees. I am getting at last as my 328 rupees. So what I will do? I will calculate this part. So this will become what? 0.05, or I can say that I am getting how much? P into, this is twice, right? This value is twice time. So I can say that 1 plus 0.05 whole square minus 1 is equal to 328. Now how can I solve this quantity? Tell me. This is a square and this is also square, so I can plus. So 1.05 plus 1 and 1.505, 1.1 plus actually 0.05 minus 1, right, into is equal to your 328. Now solve this part and tell me the answer. Meher, tell me the answer. How we calculated? My P value gets like 3200. So I put it on SI, that is PRT by 100. So I am getting 320 as my answer. They are only saying that certain amount, that is directly implies that we don't know the amount. Suppose let that I am saying that, okay, it is P only. Suppose I am saying it is P only. Suppose the amount, certain amount is P. That is called the principal. Okay. Now they are acting it on the 2 years. Now they are saying that I am getting on the 2 years. So what I get? Now see, I already told you one formula. When I am calculating compound interest minus simple interest is equal to P times of R by 100. Since it is a square, so I will do square. Is it okay? Okay. Now suppose I am saying my rate is R, principal is P. So given this difference is given as how much? 10 rupees only. See, 10 rupees are 410 minus 400. So I am getting 10 rupees only. So this difference is 10 rupees and this 10 rupees is equal to this much amount. First thing. Now say that my SI is also applied for 2 years. And I am getting 400 rupees. So per year will be how much? Per year it will be only 200 rupees. Since 2 years I am getting 400 rupees. So per year I will get 200 rupees. Okay. So now apply the formula, that is 2 PRT. Or I can say they are saying that it is applied on this amount. So I can say 200 into 100 by R is equal to nothing but P. Is equal to nothing but P. Why I have done that? Because PRT like this. So I can say that P is equal to nothing but 200 into 100 by R from this equation. So I can substitute all the values that is in this equation. What I get? 10 is equal to P into R by 100 whole square, or I can say 200 into 100 by R. Okay, this is P amount, and here it is R square by 100 into 100. Okay, 100 cancel out, 1 R cancel out, 20 cancel out. So I am getting 2 only. I am getting 2 only, right? So my 2R is equal to 10. So this implies that R is equal to 5%. This implies that R is equal to, so my rate interest is 5%. That the SI on the sum of money for 2 years is 660, while CI is this, the rate of interest being the same both the cases. So find the rate of interest. They are saying the R is same. Okay, so I will say that the principal be P, rate is R. Since SI is applied for how many years? 2 years. So SI is getting 660. 660 is your SI applied for 2 years. 2 years. So first 1 year SI will be how much? It is 3 30. It will be 330 rupees only, right? So when it is 330 rupees, I will say SI is equal to PRT by 100. Huh? Since my T is 1 year, so it will be PR by 100. Or I can say it is how much? P I don't know, R I don't know. Tell me. See, this SI amount I am getting how much? 330 is equal to PR by 100. Or R I can say, since this value I don't know. This value I don't know. So I can say P is nothing but 330 into 100 by R. Is this okay for SI case? Okay. Now see, they are saying CI is equal to nothing but 696.30. Is this okay? Now difference between your CI minus SI is what? 696.30 minus your 660. Tell me the value. 36.30. 36.30 rupees. Okay. So this difference is calculated for how many years? 2 years. Difference is for 2 years. So what I will get? PR by 100 twice. Okay. Or I can say my this difference is equal to 3630. Is it okay? Now I will use this P value over here. What I will get? 330 into 100 by R into R square by 100 into 100. And this much amount is equal to 3630. Is it okay? So 1 R calculated, 100, 100, 10, calculated. So I get 3.3. This implies that 3.3 into R is equal to 3630 divided by, no, nothing divided. So R is equal to 3630 divided by 3.3. Cancel by 3. Everything will cut it down by 3. So it become 1.1 and it become 12.10. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I finally get what? 3.3 divided by this. So it will come approximately 11%. See what they are asking, a sum of money double itself in 3 years at CI. Means if my sum of money is my P, suppose I am taking the sum of money as my P. Sum of money as my P. Now when I am applying in this P, how much? CI for how many years? 3 years. I am getting the double money. Okay, I am getting the double money. That means I am getting 2P now. When the interest is compounded annually, in how many years it will the amount be 16 times? God, I have to take out the time limit when it becomes 16 times, not the double. It becomes 16 times. So what I am saying that initially, if initially it is P, then after 3 years I am getting 2P in 3 years. Okay, so if I do this amount again for 6 years, suppose I am doing 6 years, 6 years, what I will get? This 2P becomes 4P. In 6 years this 2P become 4P. Now if I am saying it is 4P, so it becomes how much? 8P. In how many years? In how many years? 9 years, because everything is going on 3 times, right? 3 years duration. So it becomes 9 years. Now this 8P becomes 16P. In how many years? 9 plus 3, 12 years. Okay. So my answer will be how much? 12 years only. Okay.